Giannis poster dunks. We all know him. We all love him. I took a bunch of them throughout his entire career and ranked them on a tier list. I couldn't get all of them, so if I did miss out on yours, make sure you leave a comment. The link to this tier list is also in the description along with my Twitter, so you can play along and tweet me what you think. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe and to leave a like. Tell me in the comments if you want to see more stuff like this. Let's get into it. If you don't know how a tier list works, you have 5 tiers, S through D, S being the top tier, and you just have a bunch of them, and I'm gonna rank them. So starting off, we're gonna be ranking these based on disrespect, based on just athleticism, how Giannis's intentions were, whether defender had a chance or not. This is all subjective, okay? And like I said earlier, this is not the entirety of Giannis's poster dunks. As I was compiling this, I realized that there are way too many for me to actually get all of them into a video without it being like 2 hours long. So if I missed out on your favorite dunk, make sure to let me know, and I'll update the tier list. So starting off here, we have a dunk on Ben Simmons. So Giannis is backing him down, close game, just goes right over the top, screams in his face. For a career high 45 points at the time, he calls him an effing baby. He's an effing baby. This is one of the best defensive players in the league, and Ben Simmons. Giannis just weight rooms him, just goes right over the top. So this is going S tier. We're starting off strong. This is going in S tier. It's one of Giannis's most iconic dunks. But next up, we have one that occurred in the playoffs against the Pistons. So like I said, game 4 against the Pistons, goes up right over Thon. I thought he broke his ankle there when I first saw it happen live. Here, let me scroll back. Look at this. Look at this. Look how he lands. It's like Ja Morant like 2 years ago. I thought it was done. I thought this playoff run was over as soon as it happened. But it wasn't. He goes right over the top of Thon Maker. This is going in C tier. Like I mentioned, I'm doing this based on intention, disrespect, and the ability of the defender to actually defend this dunk. Thon had no chance, and plus it wasn't really a poster. He didn't really get over Thon. Thon was just sort of there in the area. So it's a C tier dunk for me. Next up we have a beginning of our little mini series we have within this tier list, and this is our first Giannis dunk on Rudy Gobert. So close game, 4th quarter. Giannis, he gets the ball going downhill. Gobert's waiting in the paint as he usually does, and he just goes extendo arm right over the top of Rudy Gobert. No reaction, no nothing from Giannis, just straight up business. And since it's straight up business, so I'm putting it in B tier. It's just, Gobert had sort of a late reaction to it. It wasn't the greatest play in terms of like, it was a good poster, but Giannis didn't have any ill will going to the rim on this one. It's just, I don't know, I feel like it's a solid B tier dunk. Okay, what's this next one? This next one is, one against OKC. Our first one on this list that has our good friend Chris Paul in it. So this is a play that showcases Giannis's two-way ability. Look at this. He gets the steal on Chris Paul. Chris Paul tries to trip him, passes it ahead to George Hill behind the back to a Statue of Liberty dunk. Look at that. He picks his pocket, and watch this. Chris Paul, he tries to trip Giannis in classic Chris Paul fashion, but it doesn't work. Giannis gets the ball, throws it ahead. It's a transition. It's too easy. Nerlens Noel gets out of the way. And since Nerlens Noel got out of the way, it's a D tier dunk. It's a D tier poster dunk. I mean, it was a cool play. It was a really cool play. But that's a D tier Giannis poster. This next one is an actual poster. It's an actual poster here, and it has a great call from Jim Paschke, if you guys remember this one. So we've got an inverted screen. Giannis just goes over John Lure. I know you used to play here, but you don't anymore, as Jim Paschke said on the call. Look at this. Here, let me scroll back. Just, John Lure had no chance. He had no chance of stopping this Giannis dunk as it was happening. This is A tier. It's not as disrespectful as the Ben Simmons dunk. It's not as iconic as the Ben Simmons dunk, which is why it's not an S tier, but that's an A tier dunk. Ooh, now we have part 2 of our fun little mini series dunking on Rudy Gobert. So look at this. Look at the context of this. 20.7 seconds left in the game. The Bucks are up 17. This game's over. This game's absolutely over. John Henson in the corner is just calling for the ball. He wants to shoot a 3 because the game is over. This is before Bud got there and wanted everyone shooting threes. John Henson's like, yeah, I just want to do whatever I want. And Giannis did whatever he wanted. He just crosses up the defender and just goes right over Gobert. The place goes wild. He screams in his face. It's just so good. This has got to be A tier. It's just got to be A tier. This next one is Greece on Greece crime. We got a high pick and roll, Giannis and Brook Lopez. Giannis gets going downhill against a drop defender, just goes right over the top of Costa Koufos. Just no chance, goes right over his bald head. It's just so disrespectful. Rumor has it that that's what got Costa Koufos out of the NBA. That's why no one's heard from him since. I'm gonna put this, however, in B tier. Like I mentioned up top, the defender has to have a chance. Costa Koufos had no chance of stopping that Giannis dunk at all. No chance whatsoever. He was out of position. He didn't rotate correctly. It's just, he was dead in the water, which is why it's a B tier play. Again, if you disagree, make your own, share it with me. I'd love to discuss it with you. This next one is another international incident, but this time it's on Luka Doncic. So again, we have this has been a trend here, but we have a guard setting a screen and then immediately flipping the screen, giving Giannis a wide open path to the basket. This time it's Eric Bledsoe faking the screen, flipping it. Luka rotates for the first time his entire life and just gets roasted. Giannis stares him down in the process. It's just, that is disrespect. That is disrespect. That is one of the few real intentional posters and disrespect that we have seen so far on this list. The disrespect is what puts it in C tier. Like I said, the defender has to have a chance. Luka does not have a chance. Again, he played defense for a change, which was nice. It was a few years ago. But he's not stopping Giannis. Luka's like, what, 6'7", 6'6", 6'8", something like that. Giannis is just a 7-foot behemoth. He's not stopping them. At least he rotates. But the disrespect, the stare down is what puts it in C tier. Otherwise, it'd be down in D tier. This next one on Mike Muscala is very, very underrated. It is one of my personal favorite Giannis dunks of all time, and you'll see why. So Giannis catches the ball. He has it near the three-point line, and look at him. He's looking right at the basket, and he sees no one in his way. Mike Muscala's there. Like, he's there. We all see him. Giannis probably sees him too, but doesn't really take it into account. Because watch this. He just takes his go. He goes right at the basket and puts Mike Muscala in it with him. Just raw power. Just goes right through Muscala and just doesn't think anything of it. The fact that he did not think anything of it, makes it really, really disrespectful. Just the disrespect plus the power. Plus, he dunked right on Mike Muscala. This is A tier. This has got to be A tier. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite Giannis dunks of all time. It's A tier. This one occurred against the Nets before they were the Nets of today, the super team of today, or half super team, depending on the location of the game. So this is Giannis in transition, and take into account, Jared Allen had blocked a poster attempt from Giannis earlier in this same game. So that kind of fuels the intentions for Giannis as he goes in transition and just goes right over the top of Rodions Kurucs. Right over the top. Look at this. Let's watch it again. Just right over it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Again, Rodions Kurucs is not Jared Allen, which puts this a little bit lower on the list because it would have been better if it was on Allen. I'm sure that he's dunked on Allen before, and I just didn't have it on this list. Again, I couldn't put everything in. But since it wasn't Jared Allen, I'll put this in B tier. I'll put it bottom of B tier because it's not better than those two dunks. I mentioned earlier that Thon had a chance on another one, but not one of the first ones we looked at. This is it now. So this is in the playoffs. This is game 2, I believe, of this series. It's a close game at the time. Up 3. I think Thon had blocked a Giannis layup attempt earlier, maybe like 2 or 3 plays before. So Giannis decided to harass his former teammate and workout buddy / friend Thon Maker. He just catches the ball, just backs him down, and just boop right over the top. Right over the top. Just like what are you supposed to do? Thon Maker is over 7 feet tall, and that's what Giannis is doing to him. Like, Thon is trying to defend that dunk. He's trying his best to make that a good defensive play. But he just can't. Giannis just goes right over the top of him. And that really makes it, oh, this is either bottom of A or, I'll put it in A tier. Why not? I'll put it in A tier. It's just, he went up there with intentions of trying to dunk on Thon. Thon tried his best to defend, he just couldn't. Giannis overwhelmed him. I gotta follow my own rules. Ooh, this next one might be the most famous Giannis dunk of all time, actually. So, in Madison Square Garden, Chris Middleton gets the turnover. Giannis runs in transition. Poor Tim Hardaway Jr. gets jumped over. Chris Middleton, look at him. He's like, wait, what? Wait, what just happened here? What's going on? Did I just see Giannis just jump over Tim Hardaway Jr.? Johnny Mac loves it. Shout out Gus Johnson on the call. Giannis just goes right over the top. I think in his post-game interview, he said he didn't see Tim Hardaway Jr. when he did this to him. And I honestly believe him. Because it doesn't look like he sees him. He just clears the man. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a big dude. Giannis just jumps right over him. Just jumps right over him, finishes the play. This is top of S tier. It's better, it's more disrespectful. It might not be more disrespectful than the Ben Simmons dunk, but it's a better poster, it's a better highlight. It's going to be remembered more. That's top of S tier. It has to be. Ooh, this next one I actually saw in person. So I was at this game as it was happening. I just remember going nuts. Giannis catches the ball at the top, just sort of goes, does a half spin, plants his foot, drop step, boom, right over the top. It's similar to the Thon one from earlier in that he just goes right over the top, but I think it's a little lower on the list. It's a little lower on the list because, like I said, the defender has to have a chance. Julius Randle gave up on that play. He knew that he was about to be put in the basket. He didn't even raise his hands to try to block the shot. He was like, "Yeah, I'm done." So we'll put this in B tier. Or do I put this in C tier? No, I'll keep it in B. I might move it around later. We'll see. Okay, this one against the Celtics. Okay, so this one's really fun. So we have a Brogdon Giannis pick and roll. Giannis sets the screen, dives to the basket. He's got a wide open play because the defender didn't really rotate to Giannis. So Aaron Baines is left to go rotate. Aaron Baines just goes up and gets clobbered. And look at him. He thinks that the ball is still live. He didn't think that there's any chance Giannis finished that. Watch it. He tries to give it to Kyrie so he can push it. Kyrie's like, man, you just got dunked on, man. Come on. let me inbound the ball. They scored. I don't know if you guys remember when Aaron Baines was still in the NBA. Every time Giannis played Aaron Baines, he would try to dunk on him. Especially against that series in the playoffs against the Celtics that went 7 a few years back, or even the one that the Bucks won. Every single time Aaron Baines was on the court, Giannis was just trying to mash on him, just trying to absolutely detonate on him. I'm gonna put this in. You know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. I'm moving this one down to C tier. Because that one's not an A tier play, but that one's better than the Julius Randle one. So I'm putting it in. I'm putting that in B tier and putting that in C tier and putting this Aaron Baines one in B tier. This one against the Grizzlies has a backstory to it. Let me explain. In the some FIBA play, Greece was playing Brazil. I believe it was World Championship qualifying or something like that. And Giannis was playing against Bruno Caboclo, Mr. 2 years away from being 2 years away. I believe Greece lost that game. Giannis and Bruno sort of got into it a bit. And Giannis had this game circled on his calendar. He revealed post-game because people were asking him about a highlight. Let's watch this unfold. Chris Middleton catches it, dumps it right back to Giannis, who just detonates on Bruno Caboclo. And look at Giannis. This is my favorite part of this whole dunk. He is chasing him down the court, yelling at him. He got a technical for that because he was just, not only did he dunk on him, he has Bruno running scared. He is running away because he does not want that smoke. Just for the disrespect, the play, the backstory, and it's a insane dunk. This is going A tier. It's got to be. It meets all the criteria. It's going disrespect. It's a poster. It's just bad intentions. It matches all. It's not iconic, which is why it's not an S tier. But that's an A tier play. Okay, we have another Celtics one coming up. But this one's let's just watch it. So again, we have a Brogdon-Giannis pick and roll. And then Brogdon just dumps it off to Giannis, who goes right over the top of Marcus Smart. Just goes extendo, go, gadget arms right over Marcus Smart. And it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, let's watch it again. Just Marcus Smart, good defender. He's just not that big. He's just not that big. He can't compete with Giannis at that size. I have to keep my rules. This is going D tier. It's almost equivalent to the Luka one, but Giannis didn't even stare down Marcus Smart. There's no disrespect involved. It's got to be a D tier play. This next one is probably a little lower on the totem pole as well, but I wanted to include it because I think it showcases Giannis's talent really, really well. So we have Giannis catching the ball, and he crosses over. As he crosses his defender, gets by him, and then just dunks on the center. He's a point center, and this is a perfect encapsulation of it. Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? This guy's just incredible, and it showcases it. It's not a great dunk, but whatever. Since it's not a great dunk, that's going C tier. But I wanted to include it because I feel like it showcases Giannis's ability really well. We're throwing it back a little bit with this next one. This one is from a while back. It's from the Bucks Raptors series. I believe it was 2016. That sounds right. Yeah, this is game 1, Bucks Raptors. This is when Giannis started to arrive. It was like one of the first times that we got a glimpse at what was to be peak Giannis in the playoffs. The Bulls series from 2 years prior, Giannis wasn't Giannis yet. This was Giannis Antetokounmpo showing himself off to the world, and he starts off with a bang. He just sizes up to Mari Carroll in the playoffs and just goes right over, dunks it home. It's not a great poster dunk, but I had to include it. 1, it's nostalgic. 2, it's still a good dunk and a good play. And 3, it just shows what Giannis is really capable of. Since it's not a great dunk, it's going C tier. I wanted to include it. Like this is my video. Let me do what I want. Ah, dang. This is the final episode of our little mini series of Giannis dunking on Rudy Gobert. So this game will always stand out to me because it was the debut of the Jumbo Bucks. If you're not a Bucks fan, you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But I'm just gonna say it anyway, quick. There was a game where there was a bunch of guards not available, so the Bucks had to start a lineup of where everyone was at least like 6'5" or 6'6", and it was just incredible. They had an insane net rating for that super small sample size, and I'll hold it near and dear to my heart forever. But this play, just watch. Gobert tries to rotate, Giannis just goes right over the top. Right over the top. He doesn't care. Gobert's flailing his arms. The bench is going nuts. It's just, he's too good. Even though it's not as disrespectful as the one that occurred late in the game, I'll still put it in A tier. I'll put it bottom of A tier. I'll put it bottom of A tier because it is still a very, very impressive dunk. Rudy Gobert was rotating. He was ready. He was trying. It just didn't matter. We have another one from that game 1 in Toronto from a few years back. So again, Giannis is asserting himself. He's got the entire city of Toronto nervous because they did win this game. They ended up taking a 2-1 series lead in this game, and they almost did it. But who knows? If they won that series, it wouldn't. There's a cascade of events that maybe wouldn't have happened that led to the Bucks winning a title. So whatever. But Giannis still continued to dunk in this game. Just goes right through Serge Ibaka. I don't know if this has been lost to time, but Serge Ibaka was one of the most feared shot blockers, dunk blockers in the entire NBA, which is why when he was traded to Toronto from Orlando, it was just like, oh my God, Toronto means business. Because this is what they were trying to do. They were trying to stop guys like, well, they were trying to stop LeBron, but guys like Giannis on the come up, he had no shot. He had no shot against Giannis. Giannis just took him to the weight room, went right through him, threw it down on him. I'll give you, it wasn't the cleanest of dunks, which is why I'm gonna put it in B tier. Put it near the top of B tier. Yeah, that seems right. We have another one against the Nuggets, another one on Mason Plumlee, actually. Who would have thought Mason Plumlee would make it on here twice, but here we are. So in this play, we have Giannis just posting on Mason Plumlee, hits him with a little footwork. Mason Plumlee guesses correctly. Doesn't matter. Giannis screams in his face. He's ready. I remember Mason Plumlee got really mad after that, and he was like trying to dunk on Giannis consecutively for the next couple plays, and it didn't work, or he might have gotten him a little bit. I don't know. But Giannis just he went right on top of Mason Plumlee. I'm gonna put this low end of B tier. That seems right. This one is another one that just showcases Giannis's ability. Look at this play. We've got Giannis, and we've got a bunch of people. Like here, we got Giannis. We got 3 Cavs forming a wall against him, walling him off in transition. It does not matter. Spoiler alert. He just goes right through the entire Cavaliers defense, which was entirely set up for him. And it didn't even end with a poster. And that's why it has to go into D tier. Like I have to follow my own rules. It's like it wasn't a poster dunk, it was just impressive. I wanted to show it, okay? Sue me. If this one is super underrated, and I'm not sure a lot of you remember this one. So we've seen a lot of Giannis just getting to the rim and dunking on a guy, right? That's been a lot of this video, Giannis poster dunks. But why stop at 1? Why not 2? Let's say the defender keeps pace and the big rotates. And we end up with Giannis dunking on 2 Indiana Pacers players. Like, both of them are there. Both of them are there. I feel like a lot of Giannis dunks came against the Pacers. We had the near free throw line one. He dunked on Miles Turner a couple times. It's just, he just likes dunking on Pacers. This is A tier. I'll put it around middle of A tier. It's insanely impressive, but it's not iconic. Our penultimate one on this list comes against the Clippers in a matchup that I remember missing this game, so I didn't get to see this live. So we've got a little dribble handoff into a pick and roll with Giannis and Wes Matthews. Ivica Zubac realizes that he needs to rotate. It doesn't matter. Giannis just goes over the top. And this is what context matters for this one, because it ended up being a blowout. Milwaukee win. They won by some insane number. And it was like the first matchup between 2 teams that were pegged to be title contenders in the Bucks and then the PG and Kawhi Clippers. This was the first year of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in LA together. So it didn't really it was a tough day for the Clippers because the Bucks sort of showed their mettle off in this game. And it was a good dunk too. Like, that's the point, again, of this video. It was a good dunk. I feel like this has got to be a middle of B tier dunk, right? Okay. Yeah, that seems right. We've saved the best for last. Spoiler. But I'm sure you guys know what this is. So, Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Bucks only up 1. Their offense sort of stalled. Phoenix has the ball. 22 seconds left. What happens here? You all know. Drew Holiday gets the steal. Giannis is out and running in transition. Instead of holding the ball and letting Phoenix foul, Giannis goes up and gets it. And the dirty foul by Chris Paul, sealing the Game 5 victory for the Bucks. It's a 3-2 series lead. The Deer District's going nuts. I was watching this game with a friend at the time. We were going nuts. It's just, this is just the greatest. I get chills every time I watch this. Drew Holiday just ripping the ball away from Devin Booker and just Giannis throwing it down. Chris Paul, this is a dirty foul by Chris Paul. Chris Paul, if this did not happen in the sense that Giannis didn't finish that, Chris Paul is getting tossed and maybe suspended because Giannis is going to hit the deck. You cannot push a guy in midair and expect to get away with it. But this is just iconic. Iconic. To no one's surprise, this is top of best here. It's the best Giannis dunk of his career thus far. It's going to be tough to top, but we shall see. How do you guys feel? We ended up with a fairly normal distribution. A little bit of a right skewed normal distribution, but like, I don't know. I feel like that's fair. All of these are great, right? Realistically, all of these are great. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know how your tier list turns out. If you do want to find it, like I said up top, the link to this is in the description. My Twitter is also in the description if you guys want to show me what you thought, or just leave it in the comments if I forgot your favorite dunk or what you think should be, like what you think the order should be. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a like, please. If you like this type of content, share it with your friends. But yeah, if you like Buck stuff in general, make sure you subscribe to the Eurostep Podcast Network on your podcast platform of choice. All of our links are in the description. Take care of everyone, and go Bucks.